because I'm bored out of my mind. However, as long as I have memory on my phone, I will make videos. Hey, girl. Now, does this program know that she's a program? That is the question. She appears to be bloating up, though, for some reason. Did you eat something bad? So, the fact that we could be a program is absolutely a possibility, okay? Because we don't know. What we do know is that there is the creator, there is a destroyer, and everything in between that is fighting for absolute, not, they know that they won't have dominion. They know that they're not going to have power and authority any more than what they have that's limited to the air right now that you think you're breathing. How many times, and my daughter said this to me the other day about, do you remember to breathe? Do you know you're breathing? We are aware of breathing sometimes when we are either breathing heavily or out of breath, but for the rest of the day, how do you know at nighttime when you're sleeping that you're actually breathing? I'm talking about forgetting to breathe. I'm talking about like knowing that you're not breathing and then starting to breathe again. Because breathing is just supposed to be an automatic thing. But I have realized that I wasn't breathing. And then kind of told my body to start breathing again somehow. You know, they can explain the working, what they believe, how our body works. But I am telling myself to walk and speak. How? What is instantaneously telling my feet to move, my legs and the muscles and the blood and the oxygen to go to the muscles. This is a lot of work, particularly for evolution. I only believe in evolution with the fact that there is a creator behind it, and one that stood there over trillions of petri dishes at the same time. Okay, developing these things at the same time, which it goes beyond my ability to explain it to you. That would just mean that the being, the creator, is almighty and all-powerful, and that means that yes, the creator could have programmed, because everything is programmed. Everything is programmed to do exactly what it's doing. Your body is programmed to breathe, to pump blood, to pump oxygen into your muscles, to fight bacteria, to grow bacteria. Your plumbing, your digestive system is beyond words, okay? Because within your digestive system are acids that would easily destroy and kill you, but your stomach lining protects you from that. So that kills the whole evolution theory right there, the based on trial and error evolution theory, because it just doesn't add up. It doesn't work. No matter what you say or do, it does not fit. Okay, because the stomach acid, the lining would not exist at the same time. Your body wouldn't be able to create them at the same time, because trial and error says, well, first they got to try the acid and then the stomach lining would come later after it killed that first creature. So that would just lead to the next fact that either how did the next creature develop the stomach lining after the first creature was killed. It does not make even the slightest bit of sense. It's not possible. And by that I mean the word literally impossible. You know, the motorboat and the motor, okay, evolution would try the boat and the boat would work fine, but if evolution tried the motor at first, the motor would sink. But we have bacteria that contain motors. That's how they get around in our bodies. Microscopic motors and propulsion instruments, tails. So that your evolution theory is absolutely positively extinct. It's dinosaur. It's null and void completely. There is no such thing as evolution minus a scientific creator standing there with every single bacteria, molecule, everything laid out before him at the same exact time and created but evolved creational evolution at every step of the way he is involved in, including the fact that our bodies are able to contain the acid in our stomach by a mucus, by basically mucus, right? It's not steel, it's not Teflon, it's a biological protection. I know that didn't make any sense to you. It didn't make any sense to me, but this is the fact. Evolution is trash unless the creator did it. So, church is banned. They don't want anyone to gather more than 10 people in one place. And, well, ladies and gentlemen, eventually they're going to enforce it. I know in Italy, if you go outside, you get a hefty fine. And here, they're absolutely going to stand up eventually and say, look, you got to stay home. Because it's not about corona. They're trying to slow the virus spread and, you know, and pump fear at the same time. You know, you have to be afraid of something. That is the way our government works. It's with the police, parole. You know, they make you afraid. Okay, the police, they make you terrified. Who wants to get pulled over? Because you have no idea what's going to happen. And I gotta tell you that for months I lived in constant fear of parole knocking on my door. I live in fear of my church telling me don't come back here. And that's all wrong. It ain't right. Why do I have to live in fear?
So, one of the sources of energy is radioactive decay inside the rock, which gives off heat, just like...
All right, so they're saying there's life on Mars, and we already know that. We already...
a couple of 100 kilometers worth of ice, it's still possible to have an ocean beneath the relatively thick ice shell. The ice shell might...
So... I don't even know how to, what's the word? Recap? Your body would destroy itself without the creator. Your body would just, as soon as you were, you wouldn't even get past the first trimester. Whatever. I'm not a scientist. But your body would die before it was able to be born. It's not possible that you would be able to create stomach acid and the lining at the same time, according to evolutionists. The other problem with that is The timeline, it does not add up. It's not even close. And we don't have enough, there was not enough time in history to evolve men. So, and also I always ask this question about why don't we have one ape that speaks? When did evolution turn that off or refuse to turn it on? If you understand what I'm saying, because apes have the ability vocally, they have vocal cords, but they don't have the brain power to create words. That's what science says. So of course, scientists are trying to put a human brain, a monkey's brain, and a pig's brain. Can you imagine? They made a human brain as close as they could in a pig. And could you imagine that? The torture, the nightmare that would create for that being? So, all right. I'm getting off the phone. But scientists have admitted life on Mars, and I personally believe that it was the pre-Adamite world where the angelic creatures ruled certain planets and galaxies and whatever else. And when Satan told Christ that this was his kingdom, was he lying? Or does the Bible literally say that he is the God of this world? Because it does literally say that Satan is the God of this world. So, yes, he was not lying. He told him the truth. Okay, anyway, I want you guys to have a good day. Not that